So it's been a minute. Um, Basically, yeah, I have had a lot of life changes these past couple years, and I really don't
Particularly,
know how else to put it, but I guess I'm making this video to say
hi, I'm back.
it has been a minute, and a lot of shit has happened. It's just been a crazy, crazy past couple years, very transformative years as well. And I think I want to talk about that because I feel like it's important to note when things change. Transformative years for me have always been emotional, mental, and physical. It's never one without the other. I think it's never one without the other, I'm pretty sure. I know it's a lot of absolute mixed with gray area words, but let's just say it's almost never one without the other. So these three combined are typically how my life goes. So I change physically, I change mentally, and I change emotionally. Basically, what I've been going through has trained me how to become a stronger person. And I think that's what we all can hope for in life, is to be able to look back and say, hey, I'm better than I was the year before, and stronger and tougher and just more well put together. And I think that's really what I've learned about myself these past couple of years, is that it's not about becoming a finalized product, it's about getting better each year, each time something happens, getting better than the last time, and just moving forward, experiencing the journey.
That's a big challenge for me.
Is to experience the journey and not look at the final product as the goal. Like, you have to really focus on the present moment and how you're feeling in that moment, and focus on training yourself as you go along versus being like, oh, I gotta like reach this, like once I reach this it will be over, I don't have to do any more growing. No, you never stop growing as a human. It's physically impossible. We have to change and we have to adapt to what our growth is like. A lot of what I've been through lately has taught me that sometimes the changes can bring up emotional changes, or sometimes the emotional changes can bring up bodily changes, or the mental challenges I face, like things I'm thinking about and things that I'm trying to figure out in my life, tend to affect my emotions, or they affect me physically, or and so like it's just this vicious cycle. And while it can be good, it can also be detrimental as well, and I think that's what a lot of people can relate to. I personally don't really recall a time where all three of those haven't been so like closely knitted together for me, because it's like when one thing happens, it creates chaos for all three. And for me, that's been very detrimental, but also very powerful, because it forces you to shed whatever is messing with you, and it forces you to push that out of your life, or work through something. It forces you through the grinder so that you come out better. And that's why I like tough times for that reason.
I don't prefer them.
I just like them for that reason. And I think I've always been grateful for that, because I feel like when I'm floating on cloud nine and I'm living my life to the best, it wouldn't feel as gratifying if I didn't work hard to get to that point, or if I hadn't gone through something worse to get to that point. And right now, like, I feel like I'm in a better place mentally. I'm trying to get to a better place physically now that I'm finally mentally and emotionally stable. I feel like that's kind of how it goes usually, is I work through my emotions first, then I work through my mental blockages and stuff like that, and then I work through my physical, self as well after that, because I feel like you train the mind and the body will follow. So like, you have to train yourself to be a better person, and then once you've figured that out for that time being, you've leveled up for that time being, then you can move past that and start working on your physical body as well, which I've definitely
Struggled
to work out as much these past couple of years because of
COVID,
but also just because life happens, and things get out of hand. But for me, I think the most rewarding thing is looking back and saying, oh my God, I achieved that. Oh my God, I fucking figured out how to move past this and didn't let it drag me down like I have in the past. I think this has really been a powerful time in my life. I wish I could go into it more, but I think I will eventually. But like, I think right now it's just kind of like, this is more technically for me because I'm like, okay, I know this is the point in my life where now I'm finally feeling much better and moving in a direction that I actually want to move in, and not feeling like I have to be pushed back because somebody else wants me to be in a different direction in life, or
because society
says I have to be something. Like, I can be who I want to be and not apologize for it, and also not conform to the way the rest of the world works. I've always been an outsider. I've always been somebody who doesn't like going with the grain. I like to go
against the grain.
And living this life that I've been living, it's been very dormant because of the fact that I've been trying to go with the grain, and it's been very
non-fruitful
because of that as well. So I can definitely attest to the idea that once you start doing the things you love, your life will change for the better, and drastically so. So I feel like that's something that I've learned about myself, is that I just have to let go and
let God, as they say.
I would say that that resonates more with me because I'm Christian, and I think that it's not necessarily saying like, oh yeah, like just let God lead your life. Like, yes, you want him to like be a part of your life, but I feel like for me, I don't want to rely on something else to make something happen. I will ask for something, I will pray about something, but I'm not going to just be like, oh, it's going to carry me through.
No,
it's not a crutch, it's a resource. It's a book that you read to enhance your mental state, to be able to,
arm yourself.
It's like armor, yeah. It's like armor. You're not going to go into a battle without armor. So it aids you. It's more like you're taking care of yourself, but you're choosing that. You're choosing to utilize what you have and what is around you to help you through life. So I really do think that this next couple years, I think, is going to be probably
one of the best growing periods of my life
as well. But this time around, it's going to be less depressing, and it's going to be more fun and more interesting because I finally have broken free of the
chains
that held me before. So looking forward to a new era of my life,
and a better one
at that. Okay, well,
have a great